Hello and welcome to the 9 to 5 CEO podcast. I'm Tremaine, aka the 9 to 5 landlord.
And I'm Zena, aka Zena Dixon Inc.
And today's episode will be called It's the Holidays, don't fall for the poverty trap.
Don't do it.
Now, you might ask why we call it the poverty trap. I'll share my personal experience. So, as far as my background goes, I come from a family, I believe 20 or 19 siblings, something like that. But a lot of the times, what I notice within my family is during the holidays, we tend to overextend ourselves in order to, satisfy everybody for one day. But the problem that lies within that is now when January come, you already starting behind the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you got to kind of change that behavior in terms of what you do and how you spend, and, just what you buying at that point. But, what's your feelings towards it?
Man, I was one of those people that was overspending like crazy because you just like to see your family face light up when you buy that luxury thing or that techie thing that they really wanted or have been talking about all year. But then after Christmas, like when the bills start rolling around in January, you just be like, oh, could have just bought them pajamas. Why did I have to buy that gaming system or that bag? And it's like you sit with this guilt because you know better, right? And then you sit with this frustration because you like, I got this bill and it's going to be short or it's going to be late, so I've had to really reconcile my feelings about, because I feel like with moms, we always want to, make sure the babies get everything that they, wanted or whatever. Um, so we wrestle with that guilt of saying, rationalizing, bills got to be paid or buy these toys and make everybody happy for a day, which lasts like exactly like an hour, because after the gifts is open, they're like, oh, that was nice, everybody taking a nap, is over, like the euphoria is gone. And you cleaning up all the wrapping paper. So my mindset has shifted in a way that I don't buy as many gifts as I used to. Usually it's just one good gift and I budget. So I keep at the forefront of my mind my goals, because nobody's giving me a gift to, do my next down payment on the building, right? So it's just like I have to be mindful of my goals and just put, money aside for gifts. And then I've also decided that I'm going to give stock as gifts, like one piece of stock in a really great company, because I know, like you probably try to educate your family about financial literacy and everything, and they're not trying to hear it. They're like, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about something else. But it's just like, you will thank me later. So I'm going to give you this gift that you might take begrudgingly. But one, it's going to help me stay in my budget. And two, it's going to be for the benefit of you in the long run. So it's just like me changing my mindset around how I reconcile how I'm going to handle Christmas, and just not, running that cycle every year of the guilt and then being, upset because now I don't have the money to do what I want to do because I spent it all on Christmas. Um, and Christmas is just about consumerism. Every advertisement you see is about getting the latest thing, and how much your family's going to love you if you get it. And it's just like, no, they'll still love me if I don't get it. So it's just like turning those putting your blinders on to those commercialized things that's going to make you get out there and spend all your money. So like for Black Friday, I bought not one gift. um, and I just, made a list, and I'm sticking to that list, and that's going to be that. So did you do any shopping on Black Friday for Christmas gifts?
No, I did not.
You did?
Not. No, I didn't. I think you're 100% correct on that stock thing. Shout out to you, because they would have asked me how I cash it. Like, how do I sell it? Like, okay, it's worth $8. Well, I was gonna be worth tomorrow $8.10. But that's usually how it goes. But about the holiday thing, yeah, I just believe it's really a poverty trap, because what happens is they run all of these ads about things that's on sale. And the thing is, the point of a sale is to buy an item that you needed, that you was gonna buy anyways, and to just buy that item. So if it's on 50%
Mhm.
off, you bought one item that you were going to buy, it's just at
Exactly.
50% off. But the problem is the money that they save from buying that, they're gonna use that to buy 8 other things that's on quote unquote sale. But it's like you wouldn't have bought
Mhm.
it anyway. So now you behind the wall. And a lot of times, everybody say, well, Christmas this, Christmas that. It's like, I mean, of course, you wanna do by all means. That's one of my favorite holidays, honestly. But if you got a goal in mind that you want to start or you working towards, don't kill all your momentum spending all your holiday money. Like you said, it's
Exactly.
one day. Snow is pretty until after Christmas.
Exactly.
After Christmas, I don't want to see no snow. I don't like cold weather. I don't want no hot chocolate, none of that, man. So it's like just realize that. Realize that the 26th is the next day, and you're gonna have to live the decision
Exactly.
you made on the 25th. So it's like
Right.
don't fall too far behind to where you feel like you can't even attempt to go at your goals because you're gonna spend everything on your holidays.
Right. And like, my sister, she is a huge gift giver. She is the sweetest person. And she's always like, I got to give a gift for everything. And I tell her every year, please don't buy me anything. One, because I'm a hoarder and I don't need anything. Trust me when I tell you, I don't need anything. And but she always buys me a gift. And this year I was just like, can we just do a brunch? Can we just do, just a fancy kind of brunch instead of and have an experience instead of the gifts? Because she don't need anything either. Like she shops all throughout the year. She treats herself and YOLO all through the year. So it's like, let's change the dynamic of this and just make sure that, we're getting together as a family, especially with COVID, keeping people apart for the past 2 years. Let's just relish in that, or maybe do a spa day together. But not, just, run it in a hole to, buy Christmas gifts. I know that it gives everybody the warm fuzzy, so I get it. But then it's just like you be looking at your bottom line, you be looking at your your checking account, and you're like, oh my God, I'm overdrawn.
Yeah, yeah. Chase Monday morning is gonna be like, yo, we need to call you. What all this that went
Exactly.
out? Like, what's going on?
Right, right. And then like the other thing that I'm seeing is, a lot of posts on Instagram about building your credit, right? So people out here, doing what they need to do to get this credit. And it's like, are you running up the credit on personal things that's liabilities in a sense, or are you trying to, use that debt for good? And I feel like a lot of people they get into the trap like, man, I got this $25,000 card that so and so helped me get with this play. So now Christmas is gonna be lit. And it's like, why? Why are you you know, causing more stress and strain on yourself? Like the things that you buy is not going to bring you any return on your money. And you're still gonna be stuck paying that bill. Fuck what you heard. The bills still need to be paid. So it's just like buy
I
something
get
that's gonna
3%
create
cash back though. Like if you have to overspend by a lot of money to get 3% back and for it to mean something.
exactly.
So that's the whole thing. A lot of times, I feel like it's like a cycle. It's like December, holidays. Okay, I spent everything on the holidays. I ain't doing too good. January come, money falling on my pocket at this point because it's tax season. And then that
Mhm.
cycle of thing runs its course, and it's like you got this gap between the rest of the year where you're kind of check by check, and it's like kind of use this time to really get ahead. Like I don't remember every Christmas I had as a kid. You know what I mean? So it's
Right.
like a lot of
Exactly.
times, parents put so much immense pressure. Like all you talking to my lady about, he's like, I just want his Christmas to be. I'm like, he's not gonna remember it. My son's 2 months. He don't even know who I am yet. You know what I mean? So it's like, of course you want to do a lot, but don't put those expectations to the point where the 26, you know what I mean? You can't even move around how you need to.
Right, right. You just laying in the bed like, wow, I spent so much money. So that's, my takeaway from that is if you're one of those people that just have to give for holidays, which, I do not have a problem with, set up an account and just, put money in that account throughout the year. And then when Christmas comes, use only that money and don't use any other money to shop with. Right. Don't, be like, oh, I'm getting my Christmas bonus. I'm gonna use this too. Well, your Christmas bonus should be going into your investment account so you can make a play when, stocks pull back a little bit or if crypto pulls back a little bit. Or if your dream is to own property, you put that money in there. You have to make a decision to start working smarter, to actually put together a goal and stick to it. And if your goal is to, own property or better your financial situation, money going out the window to buy gifts is not going to get you there. So, I'm not trying to be a Scrooge. I am going to buy my little gifts, but it's going to be one gift and a piece of stock.
A lot of toys for me this year, man. A lot of toys, a lot of chewables. But yeah, I like, you're 100% right. Cause it's like a lot of times, people be like, I want to get a house, but I just can't save a down payment. And then I'll be looking, I'm like, wait, you got 3 dependents. This year you're getting 2,000-3,000 per. That's $8,000-9,000. And it's like, you should ideally almost be there for getting a house. But if you spend your last on this Christmas or put on a credit card, now you're using a refund to pay off old debt from 2021 and 2022.
Yep.
You can't even start.
Yep. And it's just like you're hustling backwards, and it's just like a vicious cycle. And you have to make a decision to say, okay, this year I'm gonna do it different. I had totally forgot about the income because my daughter, she's an adult, so I don't get that tax credit or anything like that. But that is such a play to get started, because I remember that the IG person from Detroit, that's how she built her empire.
Right.
Yeah. So it's just like it's there. You just have to be able to capitalize on it. So blowing your taxes on, some new bundles, some this, some that, it's just like, it's not worth it.
Who wants to ball when it's cold out, fam? It's -8 outside. It get dark at 4:30. Why are you getting like, I get it, but then I don't, because it's like, you're gonna wait till the coldest part of the year to do everything you wanted to do.
Exactly.
You gotta put on a hat in minutes just to go spend money.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
like, just hold off on it. And I feel like because of that, they spend the rest of the year like, oh, next year when next year come. And then, there's some people where it's like October come and it's like, oh, I'm good. Tax season 3 months. It's like, you can just sit there for 3 months, not doing anything just because January coming.
Yeah.
And it's
so funny. It's so funny that you say that, because we on Instagram all day, me and you. So, we follow a lot of people that's, movers and shakers in this space. And I saw a post that says, you could have had the money for the down payment, but you go out to eat all the time. And I was like, how factual is that? Because if you go to a nice restaurant a couple of times a week, that's $500 there, going for drinks. And it's just like, I don't want people to think I want you to not have fun, that I don't want you to, go and do the things that you like to do. But it's like, you have to set a goal and a priority. And, for me, I'm a hermit. So that, sometimes that don't apply to me, only on vacation. But
that's a fact.
For the most part, I'm just saving my money so I can do the next play. And I'm prioritizing that, because that is the thing that's going to give me freedom. I'm not looking for a flex. I care about being able to retire early and being able to, not exchange my time for money anymore, and just breaking that vicious cycle of the rat race. So it's just like, you have to just think about your priorities. That's it.
And I'm not gonna lie, no commercials do be tempting. Like, we be seeing the girl with the bow tie and the laces, like, man, I should go here and see what they talking about, or the toy or the game or whatever it is. If you really feel it, they advertise it as if it's going to enhance your life.
Exactly.
But what you have to realize is you still got to get up and go to work the next day.
Yep.
How many toys I get? I got to take that garbage out the next day, and it's gonna be freezing. And I ain't gonna care about what they were smiling about yesterday. I'm gonna care about how it is outside taking this shit out. So it's like, just be mindful of that. And even if you're not after financial freedom and you just want to just be okay and still have your couple dollars put up, it's like ball within. I mean, I would say ball within reason, but it's like spend within reason. Like, ain't nothing wrong with going out to eat, but it's like, spend within your reason. If you're not at that point where you can afford the $400 to $500 restaurant, then find you something that's within your budget. At one time, Applebee's served its purpose for me. It was
exactly.
And I was in college, and it was like, I got a little, okay, hey, we at Applebee's, man, hey, it's on me. But it's like, it was within reason to what I had at that time. And I feel like sometimes, because of socials, we feel like, because, so-and-so we follow, they eat there, I got to eat there. Like, man, they don't own that restaurant. You going to go home, drive, go to sleep, just like no matter what you eat. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't view things the same. And I just feel like, it's so easy to fall to them traps, though, when it comes to like the holidays. I'm not gonna lie.
So do you think that social media really is pervasive with people wanting to keep up and flex? And Yeah.
Hell yeah. Man, listen, I'm as disciplined as I am. I've been caught up in that before where I'm like, damn, them came out. Maybe some J's like, damn, I was gonna wait, but shit, they come out Friday. Fuck it. You know what I mean? So yeah, I definitely do. I definitely do. I think what people gotta realize is it's a website, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Like the same
Mm-hmm.
thing MySpace was, all that stuff back in the day. This is the same thing. It's just on our phones. That's the only difference. But I feel like
Right.
it could definitely be so very much so misleading. I'm not gonna lie. It really can. Like it really make you think like, yo, to go at this restaurant, I gotta wear my best outfit I ever wore. And it's like, as long as you can pay the bill, it don't matter, man.
Exactly.
What is we talking
And,
about? You ain't going
and
to eat
I
unless your
think
haircut.
exactly.
You gotta get your hair done
Remember?
just to eat some steak. Okay, I got it. They're gonna cook the steak no matter what your hair is, but you gotta, you know what I mean? So I get it,
Right.
date night, special occasions, but it's like, yo, don't let the stuff fool you to be thinking that you can't be a regular person doing nice things, man.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel like it really has distorted how people live in the world. Because like you said, you're on somebody's page and they just got the new J's. It's so easy from your phone because sometimes they'll have the link to the product. So you click on the link and then you add it to your cart and then you already paid for it. And all of in 5 seconds. The proliferation of the ease of the tech that's allowing us to make these purchases, you know, for fear of missing out or just just the fact that it's there and it's so easy to do. Years ago, before cell phones and stuff like that, one, you didn't have the temptation because nobody was really on the internet like that, and then two, if you wanted to buy something, you had to get up, you had to go to the mall, you had to go make a purchase, and that would slow you down. You'd be like, I don't really need that
Right.
because you
It's
don't feel
cold
like
out.
dealing with
It's
exactly.
cold out. I'm not catching the bus. No, I'm straight, fam. It's too cold out to be
Exactly.
shopping.
And catching the bus. Or, when you was younger and you'll tell your mom, oh, I want McDonald's. She'll be like, we got food at home. I'll make you a burger at home.
That's a fact. I heard that a little too
So
much as a kid, man.
exactly. So that was mom trying to keep a tab on her finances. But, now it's just like everything is so easily accessible. And I think that's one of the reasons why people at the end of the week, at the end of the month, they got more month than they got money because, they let some influencer influence them to buy something that they really didn't need. So, but, and I got caught up in that too. I wasn't even into like perfume into the pandemic. And then I started following this one person that had all this perfume. I got like 100 perfumes. Why? I got one body. I don't go anywhere. So it's just like, how much money did I spend? I don't even want to do the calculation, and I'm embarrassed to even
Could you
say
show it to the camera or something?
it.
I mean, no, you get like shoes. I can see, like, he got the shoes. I can see that. But how you get it? You don't even know what it smells like. That could be apple juice in there, man.
Exactly. So a lot of them are terrible, but it's just like the reason why is because I'm scrolling late at night, and it's so easy to just make that purchase. So it's just like you have to set a budget, because now that's what I do. I set a budget. I can only buy one perfume a month, if that. And if I don't see one that I like, I don't buy it. And that has helped me a lot because perfumes cost like 250, 300, the stuff that I've been looking at. And it's just like, I don't need it now,
You gotta put
especially
me on
since
the
I'm
one.
trying
My
to.
lady's birthday coming up, so yeah, you definitely gotta put me on the one. But no,
Oh,
yeah, no, it's a fact, man. It's crazy because I feel like by us being, African Americans, no matter what we do within our profession as far as investing, we will always be caught up within culture. Like,
mm-hmm.
like no matter what I do, I'll be telling my man, like I could be on a budget saving and I'll watch one future video and I'm like, man, fuck it, I'm finna blow it all. It is what it is. I'll in tomorrow to see it. You know what I mean? But
Exactly.
it's like the gift and the curse within it. I feel like that's what makes us so dynamic at the same time. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
long term, if you want to get ahead, you really gotta be like, all right, that's them.
Right, right.
I'm on this. And that's just what it's gonna be.
Exactly, exactly. I'm not sure if you know about Doug Depp. He's big in the space with real estate. And I always laugh because Doug always says, he don't spend no money. Doug is a miser. He don't spend no money.
Look different,
And
man.
he is different, and I admire him so much. I remember he said something about he needed to get braces, and he was like, instead of going to a regular dentist, he went to the dental school at Temple to get them done And I was like, that is next level. I wouldn't even think about doing something like that.
I ain't doing that, man. This is my teeth. I only get one set of these, man. Nah. Much respect. Shout out to Doug, though.
Shout out to Doug. Doug, he's next level. But he, I just was thinking like he really gets it in terms of delaying gratification. That's one thing because he's a multimillionaire. He can be vacationing all day, all night, but he's not. He always talks about like he wears the same thing all the time because he's not trying to impress anyone. And I was like, I need to get a uniform, just so I can stop being caught up in meeting the latest thing because my goal is so much bigger than me looking cute for the gram, right? And I got a lot of clothes because I'm a hoarder. So, I'm good for years.
Right. But one thing I will say though is I much respect to Doug, and this just is like me going over an overall perspective. When people say, I could have had this, I could have bought that, it'd be like, it's true, yeah, but that's not really you. You get what I'm saying? Like a lot of times before people even have money, they be like, oh, I could have bought some J's something. It's like you didn't even wear Georgia in high school. Like, of course you can buy no matter how much money you got. It's not in you. So what I don't want to do, I don't want to tell these people that's listening, hey, you can do both. I mean, that's why I would want to tell you can do both. You can be fly and invest. You can invest in fly. Like you really can. That's kind of really like my goal because as an accountant, you're kind of taught that the person that has on the open-toed flip-flops, which I'll never wear, and some cargo shorts, that that's the person that that's the rich person, and the person that got on the Jordans, that's the person that don't got nothing in their bank account. When it's like at the end of the day, you can be fly and have money, and you can have that on and not have nothing.
Exactly.
I've seen it from my experience. So it's like, you can do both. Just if you're working on a goal, keep everything you're doing outside that goal within reason.
Exactly.
Your mama, if somebody hits you up and they need to borrow money, they need 500, and you ain't got to give them 50. You know what I mean? It's like you can't save everybody either. So it's like
exactly
everything you do as far as leisure activities, just do it within reason, fam.
Yeah. And that's an approach that a lot of people don't even look at. They'll just be like, it's all or nothing, and it doesn't have to be. So for me, you have to know your vices, and my vices are, I am an impulse shopper. And what I've been doing to curtail that is not being on Instagram so much because some of the fashion girls that I follow, they got some dope stuff. And I'll be like, I got that money. Let me go. And then I'll just be like, nope, because I want to buy 2 buildings next year. So I have to really hone into, the things that are my weakness and work on those things. Because like you said, you do want to be fly. You still want to, be able to have, the passive income. So you can have both. It's just, making sure that you identify your weaknesses like mine and, figure out how can I work around that? How can I, effectively do both? Delaying my gratification has helped me a lot, especially when I bought my first building, because again, that happened at the beginning of the year. I started looking, and that's when the pandemic was locking down everything. Like the jobs had sent everybody home, everybody's working remote, a lot of people lost their jobs. And all you could do is be on social media, all you can do is be online. And that was the perfect storm for someone that makes a good income and don't have, that has too much time on their hands. So instead of shopping, I bought courses. And those courses have paid me in spades to, lead me to get my first property and, just helping me with my mindset. Because I don't know if the courses that you take, you come out of it with that. I know that you like podcasts, and, some of them things really permeate. You be like, that makes so much sense, to, not just save my money in a savings account, but save it in an investment account so I could be ready to pull a trigger if, like Apple pulls back or something like that. So for me, it's just like having that balance of delayed gratification, because that will help me ascertain if I really want it, if I can wait. And then the other thing is my goal is so much bigger. So do I want those little times? Maybe, but I want that next building more.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I'm gonna just show y'all a true story. So right before my 26th birthday, which is I think 2019, I was in process my closing was about, I think, 30 or 45 days after. So it's January. And things were tight a little bit as far as like, they gave me my total closing costs and everything compared to what I have. It wasn't too much of a difference. I'm like, okay, we there, but we're gonna have to, chill out. And that year for my birthday, I didn't do nothing. I did nothing. And my old lady wanted to. I'm like, listen, we buying this building. I'm not on that. It can wait. We'll celebrate my birthday. And once I get that rent check, we can do whatever we want after that. But
Right.
then I'm not doing nothing. And I was able to do it. And that following year, I was able to go to LA, and it was paid for by the building that I held
That
off
you
on,
bought.
that I bought. So
Exactly.
like,
So
go ahead.
was it hard at all to, because probably your boys hit you up and was like, let's go out, celebrate your birthday. Was it hard to turn it down?
Men are simple. So it's like my daughters be like, okay, we'll just get wings next week. You can't get wings? Like, I'll get wings. That's $10. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it's like women are more like, let's go to the spa and then do this and that. It's like, men, we can ride around, eat some chicken, and then we straight. So
Right.
my dogs, they get it. I got some great friends stuff for real. But no, it wasn't too much on explaining, and they just knew, okay, he buying a building. It's expensive. All right, bet, bro. We're gonna just get some chicken here.
That's dope. That's
So,
dope.
for sure.
Because some friends are not supportive like that. They'll be like, man, you corny, that's, yeah.
No. My friends, they get it. They get it. I'll explain it to them like, bro, listen, this stuff expensive. I'm honest though. See, me, I'm very forthcoming with my number. So I'll be like, man, listen, it costs 10. I got 10.5. You know what I mean? So once they hear the numbers, it's like, okay, he really don't have it to be doing this and that. Okay, bet. We'll just go get some chicken, dog. And that'll just be it.
Right. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, for sure. How do you feel like, that's a better question. How do you feel like the influence of friends and family affect your holiday spending?
So like I said, my sister and my niece and my immediate family, my husband and my daughter. So those are the focus, of any gifts that I buy, if I buy any gifts. My husband, he has everything under the sun. We've been together almost 20 years. So everything that I could have ever bought him, he has. So, and the same thing with my daughter. And at this point, she just want money. And, I'm just like trying to convince her, let's buy your first building because it's going to be a game changer. And then my sister and my niece, they're very gift giving people. They like to see your smile, when you open up the gift and stuff like that. So it's hard because I'm a Virgo, I'm very practical and very logical. I just want to be like, can we just go to brunch and that's it? We don't have to exchange gifts. Don't buy me anything. I won't buy you anything. But then it's just like, I know she's going to give me something. So I can't accept the gift and not give a gift. Right. So that's the guilt that comes in for me for that particular thing. But the rest of my family, Merry Christmas text and,
I like your photo on Facebook though. Like, yeah, that's usually how I go. Well, yeah, on my side, I ain't gonna lie, I'm like one of mad kids. I got a big family, and the most effed up part about it all, I'm seen as the breadwinner. So if I got 2,000, they think I got 20. If I got 20, they know for a fact I got 200. And I tell them, hey, no, it's not happening. I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy that's going to. Yeah. I'm forthcoming. I know what I'm trying to do, so I don't have any confusion with stuff that's going to get in the way of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I think it's different for men. Men, I don't think y'all ever have guilt in that respect. Women, we always feel like.
I got a kid, so I bring him up all the time. Like, yo, the baby, he got all kind of stuff going on, diapers and milk. So they kind of been leaning off a little bit. But before this, if I put on the beard, they would have sat on my lap and told me what they wanted for Christmas.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, no matter what I do, man, they think I got it. Now that I have property, it's like, oh, I know for sure you out of here.
Exactly.
Easily 500,000. So it's like, no matter what I say, they not gonna believe me. But I just stand on my principle. I tell them, of course I love them, but it's like, yo, I got real things I'm trying to do, and for me to do these things, I have to invest.
Yeah.
So when you talk about why not answer your text when you asking to borrow some money because the holidays, it's because I gotta try to invest. And
Exactly.
I'm going back and forth with you on, my whole logic is I'm only gonna borrow what I don't need back. So
Exactly.
during the holidays, you will have family members or friends that might be in circumstances in which they might need a loan just because, they got children and they got Christmas coming up. And I understand that 100%. However, don't compromise what you have going on in order to do that. So, they need 500 and you can only spare 100, spare 100.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just move on with your life, because you sparing that 500 just to uphold an image that they thinking that you got money is going to have you effed up with them when they don't pay you back on
Mm-hmm.
time. And who pays
Yep.
on time?
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Don't loan money that you can't afford not to get back. That, I think wars have been fought over stuff like that. You owe me such and such, and you said you're gonna pay me such and such, and I saw you bought some new sneakers, and it's just a whole thing. And if you want to avoid it, like you said, just give what you can, and you don't mind not getting it back.
Listen, man, Black people, we not gonna forget who owe money, man. And it spreads throughout the family. You think he just brought it to you, he didn't tell nobody. He told everybody, fam, that you needed that $120 and you didn't even pay it back. I see you on the gram flexing. I'm kind of confused because I know you owe your uncle.
Exactly.
That person. Don't be that person.
And then when you ask for it back, I'm gonna give you your funky money back. Well, it wasn't funky when I loaned it to you.
Smell the money before you give it out. That's my logic. Smell the money before you give it out. That's the thing too, man. When people borrow money, it's funny. I might be going a little bit off topic, but people really find a way to get to you. Like, I could be 2 hours away. They don't have a car. Oh no, I'm gonna just Uber there. Like, you can Uber 2 hours. You're gonna do it to get that money. But when it's time to pay it back, like, oh, I ain't got a car though. Like, you ain't have a car when you bought it from me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a gem. Do not loan what you can't afford to get back. So that's been my motto.
Especially if you got kids, because now you're looking at your kids like, I would have been able to do this if so-and-so to pay me back. So now the grudge you have is personal, and y'all going to the new year with these unwarming feelings. It's like, man, just avoid all of that.
Exactly. Yep. So
but I have that's text though. I got some crazy texts. Like, one time, I ain't gonna say their name because I love them and I ain't trying to embarrass them. But one time I got a text and it was like, yo, I need to borrow some money. It was around the holiday. So, like I said, things happen. I need to borrow some money. I'm like, okay, well, how much you need? And it was like, well, how much you got? I'm like, yo, I'm not the bank.
What you mean how much I got?
Like, what you mean, man? This ain't poker. Like, you bugging out. And then they just guessed the number like 280. I'm like, where you get 280 from? What costs $280?
Right.
Like, you get $50 for free and going on about your life, or I'm gonna call you every day. I give you this 280. And I'll just take the 50. Like, yeah, I know you're gonna take this 50.
Like, that is hilarious.
Yeah, but when it's that time of year, everybody feels the expectation to want to have money. And it's like, if you handle your business the other 9 months of the year, you won't really have that feeling.
Right. And then, like you said, just not getting caught up. Set up an account at the beginning of the year, and whatever's in that account, that's what you spend on Christmas, and that's it. Nothing else. Why? Don't put yourself in a hole for a very commercialized holiday. It's for me, because when I was younger, sometimes my mom, there would be an issue with like lights or whatever, and I remember her being so stressed out because Christmas, and she want to get her girl something, and then she got the cutoff notice for the lights, and it's just like, what do I do? I wish I had the wherewithal when I was younger to be like, Mom, don't worry about it. Pay the light bill. You give us stuff all through the year. Don't stress yourself out. So that's the mindset that I have as an adult, because I'm probably making more money than my mom did back then, but I'm still very mindful of those lessons. Like, why are you going to put yourself in a hole and be stressed out, when you don't have to be,
That's a fact.
So that's what I try to instill in everyone that's around me. Like, bro, you do not have to spend that kind of money just to show somebody I love you. You're showing that all through the year. And when you have a goal, one thing that I find is important is communicating it. So everybody knows next year I'm refinancing, I want to buy a new building. So I'm about to be screwed. I'm not about to come out of my pocket with a lot of stuff. That I'm shutting it down, not shopping or whatever, because sometimes you have to take a hard line in order to get to your goal. So, once I have more passive income coming in, maybe next Christmas will be nicer. But for right now, I need to focus on the goal in front of me and how the easiest way for me to get there. Because you're not going to come to the table with me when they say, the down payment is 20,000. I'll be like, could you kick in a good, 1,200? They're gonna be like, what?
I got
That's not my
kids
dream.
though.
That's your dream.
You gotta
I
with that. I
get
got
though.
kids though. So it's like, nah, they not. They not. I think the easy part for me from coming from a big family is I have so many nieces and nephews that I can't say yes to everybody. So I gotta say no to everybody. Because if I just buy three of them something, the other was gonna be like, yo, you don't care about my kids. So I'll be like, you know what? Something just being no across the board. And when I get
Right.
the home that I want, I'll have everybody over for dinner and all that kind of thing. But like you said, you gotta just be within reason, man. And
Yeah.
it's really a trap though. It really is. Like them commercials really get to you. Like I'd be like, yo, I want a
Hmm.
nice house. You watch Home Alone and all that. Like, man, he got the whole 5 bedroom to himself.
Right.
So like, we in this 2 bedroom watching it. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, it really puts you in the spirit
Exactly.
to want to spend money. But it's like
Mhm.
you gotta set them boundaries. You have to.
And I think the other thing that your friends and family may not understand because they don't have those same goals. They can't relate to you saying, I'm locking it down, not spending anything for 6 months because I need to, save as much money as I can to get this thing. That I think is the biggest issue when I'm around family. They'll be like, well, I know that you bought this building and blah blah blah. You don't know all of the stuff that's going on with that. You just know about that one thing that seems like it's a big thing, but it's not. Um, and if you had a similar goal to purchase property, you would understand where I'm coming from. So, I just feel like when people can't relate to you, they don't understand, why you're not coming up off that money. I know you make 6 figures. I know you do this. I know you do that. And it's just like, it's a totally different journey, and some people just won't understand, and you just got to be good with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you gotta be cool with people not always being in favor of you. Honestly.
Hmm.
Like me
Yeah.
personally, I don't really care who don't like me because my son like me. So that's my whole logic on life. Shit, my lady and my grandma, as long as them three straight, everything else I can live with. But it's
Right.
just like people might feel away, and somebody have a perception you will have money, and you say no. Now they might not think you have money. People do, they don't think you have money, they leave you alone. So it's like it starts with the no, man. No leads to peace in my book when it comes to that. Honestly, like I said, if you got a goal you're trying to do not wait till January to be like, I'm about to start. Just start now. Start working on that now. And don't let the holidays
Exactly.
put you in the bind to where you can't start working on it.
Exactly. Yep, I totally agree. And I like that no leads to peace. That's gold right there.
Yeah, no, man, think of anybody you said no to something on, man, leads to peace, man. Peace. Left alone list, man. You tell somebody no, and it's just a straight up no. It's like I'm not like just like no. I'm like I still love you, but no, I got some stuff going on. I'm trying to do what stuff.
Right.
Watch my story, and you will see the stuff.
Exactly.
You will see it too much when I close on that building. You will see, oh, that's the stuff he was talking about. So it's like a lot of time they
Right.
might not see your vision where it's going, but eventually they're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like when I bought the first property, it wasn't really like, oh, congratulations, some. But it's like on the second, third one, it's like, oh, okay, how many of them y'all got?
Right.
My friend wants somewhere to rent. You got somewhere you know what I mean? It's like, okay, now you're starting to see me as, somebody that's really on it. But I would have never
Yeah.
got here if I said yes to every command y'all had as far as money goes.
Exactly. And the funny thing is, my niece, she wants to go to medical school, and I was telling her, you should let me mentor you so you can buy your first property because that cash flow will help you pay your debt. It'll pay for school. And she was just like, all right, I'm ready. Let's do it. And I was so proud in that moment because it's like sometimes people need social proof because you could be talking about it, but it wasn't real until they saw, wow, she really did buy that building. Um, and if she did it, I know I can do it because we have the same shared experience. I'll have access to her and the knowledge that she has. So sometimes I think you can be an example, like, like you said, your family, they didn't really give you too much credit when you bought the first one, but the second and third one, it was like, yo, he's doing something. Same thing there. You're influencing your circle, and I'll take it. That just one person learning that, I don't want to be a consumer all my life. I want to have this passive income. I want to be able to use that money to pay for medical school. For me, that's like a game changer. And if we can just keep reaching people like that to change their mindset, it's like it's all worth it to be, telling people no and stressing out about it and not buying tons of Christmas gifts. Like, that's worth it to me. So she did hit me up and say, what you want for Christmas? And I was like, please don't buy me anything. Let's go to brunch, but let's get on this mentorship. When you getting on your NACA call, so and I do use that as like a little bit of blackmail. Like, so we can go out and hang out, but I need you to do that NACA workshop first and let me know what you learned from it. So my niece will be like, you, because she thinks that I'm controlling. She's like, you're so controlling. And I was like, I'm doing it because I want to help you in a very tangible way. Me buying you a gift, that's a short-lived euphoric moment. But me showing you how to fish, that's going to change your life. And that's what I want to do. I want to leave a legacy of I've been able to change people's lives and getting them to see the bigger picture than just, blowing a bag at the mall. So.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm on. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. Let us know what you think. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, preferably a 5-star rating.
Yes.
Maine Robinson, aka the 9 to 5 landlord.
And this is Zena Dixon, aka Zena Dixon Inc.
All right, thank you. We appreciate y'all and shit. Have a good one.